Hey guys, and welcome back to South by Südwest. I'm Mr. Cellophane. We're wrapping up season number 4, and it was a very, very frustrating one, even though we came super close to having our best year of the save so far. Changes coming on the way for season 5. I think we have to, otherwise we're just going to remain in this rut. But let's look at the year that has come and gone. Only 4 transfers in. Our signing of the season, Florian Ballas, the 34-year-old veteran center back, 350,000 euros from Jan Regensburg, made 31 total appearances, 30 of them starts, managed to add 5 goals. Pretty good. We got Leonard Niederlander back in on loan from Mainz. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him permanently. I like him. We've had him here twice, just picked up 1 assist in 12 appearances, but as our most defensive back, it is what it is. Patrick Schmidt was a bit of a disappointment. 8 appearances, only 5 of them starts. 1 goal, 1 assist, and I think he scored on his debut, so he really didn't do anything after that. And Kian Shear, even though the board doesn't love it, he had a goal and an assist in 4 starts, 9 total appearances. His average rating, not fantastic. We paid $400,000 for him from Kaiserslautern. He's 19 years old. He's got a tremendous ceiling. Hopefully he'll be able to do something in the coming years. The players that went out, we finally said goodbye to Daniel Boll. Luca Derholz was problematic. He wanted to leave, so we let him. He's off to Eilenberg. Kai Brunker, we just got an offer we couldn't refuse. He was worth like $100,000, and we got nearly $250 for him. I think that's going to raise to like $300 with incentives. So a decent piece of business for the 32-year-old striker. He only ended up making 2 sub appearances for Grunter Fürth. I don't know why they spent the money, but thanks. Lucas Kieran off to Reggiana. He played quite a bit for them. I do kind of miss him, but at 27, he just really had no ceiling. And Buhar Bashiri sold for like, I think, a deal that's raising for up to like $3 million, maybe a little bit more than that. So we got a whole ton of money for him. He really didn't do a lot for us. They did loan him back for the remainder of the season, but he will be gone for next year. And we loaned a bunch of players out. Manfred Hector, we ended up bringing him back from Zwickau. Alexander Schaefer. Philip Franke actually had a decent season. We'll take a look at him a little bit later on, playing for Lübeck in the Dritte Liga. 2 goals, 3 assists, and 37 appearances. Was playing in a different role than I think we thought he was going to, so he was kind of not super happy with the deal. Stefan Prisciuda, 5 appearances for Stuttgarter Kickers. The fact that he didn't get a lot of playing time for our affiliate does not make me feel great. Marin Klaric, Adrinsky Ojiesko, 17 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist for the 17-year-old midfielder. Rosamund Agyun off to Ganschenheim. 13 appearances, only 4 of them starts, had a pair of assists. Not really the greatest average rating. Same thing for Klaric. Christian Tiefenbrunner off to Diertkirchen. I believe we have signed him again, and I believe that we have asked to extend that loan. I don't really remember. We'll look at him a little bit later. And Karsten Arweiler at Stuttgarter Kickers, just the 1 sub appearance. Not a very good one from what I can tell. The board are happy that we stayed clear of the relegation battle. We ended up being safe by 12 points. I mean, actually 17 points ahead of the automatic relegation spot. So we actually had a fairly decent season. We're selling out more than half of our stadium per game. I think that is up, which is good. Our top goal scorer was Manuel Feil, who at 32, I don't know how much longer he was going to be around. Wolfsburg were the champions. Paderborn going up with them. And Cologne is going to be in the Bundesliga playoff. I don't know if they've played that yet, so we will see. DFB Pokal was actually very, very good to us. We made it to the 3rd round. We got very lucky with Cream Puff in Germania Tevrin as our first matchup. We won that one 7-1 with a highly rotated squad. But then we got the team that was in second place in the Bundesliga at the time in Borussia Mönchengladbach, and we held them to a clean sheet, 1-0 at home. But then we traveled to RB Leipzig, and it was a little different. We actually held our own in that match, but I really didn't think we were ever going to win. 2-1 ended up being the final, and we're knocked out after the third round. Our biggest win, of course, was that match over Teveren. We did have a 4-0 victory over Ingolstadt back in July. Oh my goodness, that was early on in the season, back when I actually thought we were going to have a really, really good year. And Lars Gindorf picking up the goal of the season against FC Cologne in a 3-2 victory. We did pretty well financially. Everything in the green. I like that. Has our reputation has increased, I think. I think we were a 2-star reputation. That is very, very good for us. That could be very helpful. I don't know. How do we match up? Only the one green was Lars Gindorf. He actually had a very good season. Schreiber was in goal. Back three, Zickinger, Adieli, and Ballas, with Akhmedov and File on the wings. Niederlander, Gindorf, and Samir Shaheen were our best midfielders, with Yannick Rochelt and Dominik Martinovic as our strikers. Lars Gindorf was the fans' player of the season. The young player of the year was Rafael Adieli. Lars Gindorf, we already mentioned, had the goal of the season. Top goal scorer was Manuel File. Lars Gindorf added 9 assists and won 4 Player of the Match awards. His 9 assists were the most assists by a player in the season for ELVERSBERG, which is frankly pretty sad. We played our highest transfer fee ever to Kian Shear, who needs to see a lot more playing time in the year ahead to justify that spending. Lars Gindorf scored 21 seconds in to earn the fastest goal in ELVERSBERG history, and the youngest goal scorer at 16 years, 268 days was Darkman Akhmedov. Now, we have started to do some business, and we'll deal with this a little bit later on. We're basically trying to sign all of the youngsters. Marvin Yusin, we had him in on loan last year. We're going to bring him back. We're also looking at signing Frederick Rechtenwald. Good passing. He's another fullback, can play on either side. We may need some help on this right side because I'm not sold on Diallo. I'm ignoring the star ratings for all of these guys. He's been playing in France. He's 24 years old. It's only going to cost us about 30 grand. Great decision making, good concentration, good determination, decent work rate. His positioning needs a little bit of work. He's not the fleetest of foot, but he's got good stamina, good fitness, and a great first touch. So I think he's going to do a lot for us. Meanwhile, Marvin Yusin, dribbling, finishing, very good. He's got a good amount of technique, great composure, high determination, good amount of flair, a decent jumping reach. He stands at 6'1". His heading could use a little bit of work in and of itself, but we are going to be looking to complete a deal for him. Hopefully we can get that over the line. We're going to look at our squad, and we're going to look at our squad in alphabetical order, and we're going to start with Rafael Adieli, who to me it has been very up and down. If you look at the progress bar at the bottom, he has literally been up and down. A little bit more up now. Good heading ability. His tackling is pretty good. 6'5", can't go wrong with that. He's still only 22 years old. Made 28 appearances, did score 3 goals. A 6.94 average rating was pretty good for us on that back line, if I do say so myself. Darkman Akhmedov, has been a growing season for him. He really has kind of taken the reins as our primary left back. His average rating, not fantastic. He had some massive, massive stinkers in there, but he added 4 assists. 2 goals, 2 assists in the DFB Pokal. He was excellent in that competition. So 8 goal contributions for our left back on the season. Not bad. He could still improve quite a bit. His work rate is a bit of an issue. We may try to work on that over the summer. Standing at 5'5", though, that could be problematic in the long run. Florian Ballas, our signing of the season, 3 goals in the league, 2 more in the Pokal, so 5 goals, did not contribute an assist. Very good. He is on the decline. Those down arrows are not because of the match that we just played, because he didn't participate. So he is probably already hit the apex of his career. He's been our vice captain. I just think that we may need to move him on. He's injury prone, and he has just begun his decline. So maybe we can get a little bit of cash for Florian Ballas. Very glad to have signed him, but in the end, we need to look toward the future of this team. Buhar Bashiri, not a part of that, but he may be funding the future. All of these moves we're looking to make, probably doing it with the money that we received from Buhar Bashiri. We've got about $2.5 million to spend in the transfer window, by the way. He is off to Eintracht Frankfurt next year. Just the 2 goals, 2 assists in all competitions, just not good enough for what we needed him to be. Tim Boss, man, what happened to him? He'll most likely still be around. I do not trust David Mutter at all, as evidenced in what we saw in the last episode. He does love the big matches. He should be better than he was this year. Conceded 11 goals in 6 total appearances with a 6.62 rating. Just not good enough at all. If we look at just the analysis of it, I mean, goals conceded was just absolutely awful for a goalkeeper in this league. Gibraltar Cowie got some opportunities later on in the season, did manage to score a goal. We just really haven't had a place for him. We'll probably end up keeping him around because he's making very little money. He's at $625,000. He's got another year left on his contract, but he may need to prove himself in the coming year if he wants to stick around. Pascal Diallo has not been good. He's got a ton of potential, though, and he is working on things. He should be better defensively than he was, maybe because we've been playing him in a more attacking role, which we have been doing with our wingbacks. Maybe that hasn't been serving him quite the way we need to. We are going to have to look at the tactic over the summer once we see how our team is going to shake out. Obviously, that last match was god-awful. He got off to a pretty good start with a 7-1 against Rot-Weiss Oberhausen. That was in a friendly, though, back in June. So I don't know, man. Pascal Diallo's got some work to do, but that's one of the reasons why we are looking to shore up that position. Manuel File, top goal scorer. He also added 4 assists. Had a very decent year. He is 32 years old. I don't know if we're going to go 100% with the youngsters, because if there has been a player that was at least somewhat consistent for us this year, it was File. He was also very clearly our best penalty taker, even though he wasn't successful all of the time. Robin Fellhauer can go rot. Part of the reason why we had so much trouble a couple of episodes ago where we were on that awful skid is because Robin Fellhauer kept kicking up a fuss. He kept coming to us and saying, I don't like our depth at goalkeeper, which was valid. And I think that kind of ended up going away because so we had 2 backups and an emergency backup as far as roles were concerned. So we did make Schreiber our first choice goalkeeper, and I think that did help. Even he was our first choice goalkeeper. He was good enough to play, but Fellhauer just didn't think so. He's making $9,000 a week. It's money we can use. He's still, I'm 29 years old. He's still decent. He was our captain as well. We stripped him of the captaincy. He was just more trouble this year than he was worth. We tried to get rid of him, as we talked about in the winter transfer window, and he rejected the deal. He can go suck eggs. Lars Gindorf, really good. 6 goals, 9 assists. We still have to figure out the best way with which to use him, but at 25, he's got a bright future here. He's still improving. Great off the ball. His passing is fantastic. Good vision. I really like what he brings to this team, and we just need to make sure that we can actually take advantage of his talents. Manfred Hector had a good loan spell. He came back. Injuries prevented him from playing too much. He made 5 total appearances for us. Did pick up a pair of assists, so that does bode well for the future he has wanted, but he is staying put. Paul Henrich, I really like this guy. Made 11 starts, 11 sub appearances, chipped in 3 goals in the league, 2 more in the cup. Even though his average rating everyone's average rating wasn't there. He's a highly determined player. He's got a great personality. He's a decent player. Is he ever going to be like really, really good? I don't know. His first touch is good. His dribbling is good. He can't really finish, but that didn't stop him from scoring those 3 goals. So I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of Paul Henrich in the coming year. Maximilian Holmes did not get opportunities because I didn't like what I saw when he was out there. Good heading, the jumping reach needs a little work. He's only 6 foot, so he's not making up for the lack of jumping reach with his natural overall height. 21 years old, he has just been a disappointment for us. We spent 65 grand on him, and he's made 5 appearances. Aaron Manu, mixed bag with him. He kind of ended up being somewhat marginalized this year. The 27-year-old only making 3 starts in the league, another one in the Pokal, 13 sub-appearances as well in all competitions. Didn't contribute offensively, which is rare for him. I mean, he's 6'5". He can definitely get up in the air. Strength is a weakness. We're going to keep him around. Obviously, he may play a bigger role as we look to shuffle things up this next year. I think the big one issue that I ended up having is I think I trusted the players that should have been better way too much. And I didn't just put out the guys that I thought might be able to do the job, even though on paper they probably shouldn't. Joshua Mees, we did just sign him to a new 2-year deal on $26,000 a week. He was at like 45, so we're saving a ton of money now on his new contract. He can still do a job. He was backing us up on the wingback position quite a bit. Didn't really get to play at striker. If we look at his games played in position, 10 matches, did chip in a goal. He was kind of all over the place, playing defensively, 1 at striker, 1 at right wingback, 1 each at right and left fullback when we were toiling around with the tactic, and most of them at left wing back. I don't remember. What did I have this on? Analyst report? No. Attribute amount? No. I have reports. There we go. Let's put it back to the way it was. Anyway, he can do a job for us. David Mutter, oh my God, made 2 appearances, 1 in the DFB Pokal, 1 in the league. I think I was misled because he did start that first match in the DFB Pokal that we won 7-0. He kept a clean sheet, but he only had to make like 2 saves. Ended up with a 7-8 rating for that. 3 clean sheets in other friendlies he played in, but when we put him in the league match against Hansa Rostock, he absolutely crapped the bed, giving up 5 goals in the first half of play. David Mutter, you're our 3rd choice goalkeeper at best. Leonard Niederlander, I don't know if he'll sign for us. He's on loan from Mainz. Oh. Okay. Wants a bit of money, but I think we might be able to do a deal. So we're going to, while we're here, let's make them an offer. Let's see what they say. It's probably going to be a ridiculous amount, but if we've got money to spend on, they took it. $450,000 for Leonard Niederlander to become a permanent member. He had 1 assist, made 12 starts for us with a 6.89 rating, which the way we were playing through most of those matches was not bad. Leonard Niederlander, 21 years old, is probably, as long as we can agree to terms, is probably going to be a member of this team. Carlogero Rizzuto, he played a lot in the beginning and then not so much later on. He just wasn't good. He's on the decline. He's 35. His contract is up. He's done. Thank you very much for your service. Babar. Yannick Rochel, another player that he was very good, but he didn't always look very good. Like it was somewhat deceiving. He made 21 starts, 3 sub-appearances in the league, only made a couple of relief nods in the DFB Pokal. 5 goals, 7 assists. Not bad for someone who's basically still learning in a way that center midfield role. I mean, he did play striker a number of times. I think he was better in the midfield personally. Let's just leave it on games played by position. I mean, he played a few more matches at striker, did score 4 goals, 3 assists, but he chipped in 1 goal and 4 assists from center mid with a rating north of 7. So excited to see what he can do. He's contracted here for the next couple of years. We are paying him quite a bit, but he needs to do better. Moritz Ruffing just didn't really get the chances. 21 years old, 1 start, 3 sub appearances. I mean, we had a ton of guys on the back line to play, and Again, I picked experience over guys like Ruffing. I mean, look at his jumping reach. He's 6'4". He's an intelligent player. 15 tackling. He needs to get more game time. He really does, and hopefully that's in the coming year. Kean Shear, 1 goal, 1 assist, 9 appearances. We've already talked quite a bit about him. Patrick Schmidt is done. We don't need to say much more about Patrick Schmidt. We've already discussed him as we were reviewing the season. Lucas Schnellbacher is 33. He's on the decline. We've been trying to get rid of him for years. We are going to continue to try to get rid of him, although the fans really love him for some reason. 3 goals, 1 assist from our main striker, or one of our main strikers. Just not good enough. Max Schreiber. Where's Dominic Martinovic in this list, by the way? Max Schreiber became our primary goalkeeper. He was good. He did the best he could with what he was given. Did keep 7 clean sheets in the league, 1 in the DFB Pokal, and that was against Borussia Mönchengladbach. I like him. His distribution still needs a lot of work. He has given up a lot of goals. Now, that was most of that was front-loaded. As you can see, in his last 20 matches, only 23 goals conceded. That's not half bad. With a 6.96 average rating, I'm looking forward to moving forward with the 24-year-old. He's under contract for another couple of years. Samir Shaheen. I don't know what to make of him. He is, on paper, probably our best player. He is easily our highest paid player. He's got a ton of value to him. I don't know if I could replace him with anybody who is close to as good. That is the only reason why I'm keeping him around. We've played him a lot. He started 27 matches, scored 3 goals, no assists, though, from the midfield. And he was playing like a Carolero role. And we know, if you've been following the channel enough, you know that we get goals out of the Carolero, just not from Samir Shaheen. Just the 3 on the year. He did play DM a handful of times, but just not good enough. Carlo Zickinger. This is one of those guys that we played him because he was the chalk choice. And he was okay. He wasn't terrible. He's 29. He's still going to be here. He's our current captain. We're probably going to keep him in that role. Just, I don't know where the best place to play him is, unless we stick with a 3 at the back. Angelos Stavridis, 1 goal, and he did it in relief in the final match of the season. Just haven't found a home for him. Haven't found a place for him. His attitude just, I don't know. His morale just has not really been where we needed to be. Robin Zentner, another one of those guys that probably should have gotten more playing time. Needs a bit more seasoning. He's got a great personality. His heading is pretty good. He's good in the air. He's 6'4". He did chip in 2 goals and an assist this year. Was very good in the DFB Pokal. I just don't know where is Martin. Did we skip over Martinovic? I feel like we did. If we didn't, we're going to talk about him again. He's 30 years old. Our top scoring striker, 7 goals, 6 assists, a decent average rating. I just never felt like he played with the confidence we needed him to play with. And ultimately, on this team, he is very good. He's not very good for everyone else. I just don't know what our options are going to be. So we're going to look at those now. This is our U19 team. Now, we cannot register 16-year-olds. But there's Marian Adjelic. Decent passing, great teamwork. Is off the ball, though, absolutely sucks, and he's unambitious. This is part of the problem with our youth intakes and why I'm hoping things improve in the next year. Karsten Arweiler, unambitious. That's probably why he didn't do as well in his loan spell that we would have liked. I mean, come on, he was at Stuttgarter Kickers, and he couldn't break into that squad. Nico Ballas, there's a lot of single digits here, man. Low concentration, bad vision. His marking is okay. His tackling, he's just not part of the future. Robert Blažević. He is a winger slash striker. I think he's played mostly as that inside forward. Again, just silver stars. I know the stars aren't a massive thing. He's 6 foot with 11 jumping reach and 4 heading. He's working on it, and he is improving. He's only 15, though. He came in our last youth intake, so there's hope for the future for him. Maximilian Braun, 18-year-old goalkeeper, 6'2", should be okay. I just don't know if he will be. He's inconsistent. He's just not good enough. Good determined personality, and he's got a relatively high ceiling. But, I mean, if you can't even manage a gold star at 18, then what good are you? Andreas Brockman, he's fit. He's 5'4". He plays wing, which is a position that we don't really have right now. Not sure. Frederick Denninger, 16 years old. Great, good pace. He's 5'2". Might be able to do a job in the midfield. We've got to get his passing up, but decent tackling. Love the aggression. I think he might be able to bring quite a bit to this side. He's got a ton of potential as well. Franken Alundu, 16. He could be one of our strikers of the future. He's 6'2". He came in last year's youth. I believe it was last year's youth intake. Yes, he's been with us for a little bit. Good balance. Like, his physicals are there. I mean, he's not really that fast, but then again, who is on this team? He's got decent passing, good technique, good amount of flair. Finishing first touch are pretty good. Needs a little work on the dribbling, and he's a leader. I think for the future, he is going to be pretty awesome for this team. Philip Franke, down arrows because he just played. Not worrying too much about that. He has, I can't show you his progress just because he's been out on loan and he's still out. We are going to be bringing him back. He has done very well so far this year. Picked up a pair of goals, added some assists. He's kind of been all over the place as far as the midfield is concerned. I'm not sure what roles he's been in. He does dictate tempo, which is good. His passing needs to be a little bit better, but his mentals in general are very good, and he has, and I think it's his fairly professional personality that's gotten him through. He has shown a lot of promise in this last year. If you remember, he was in our first youth intake, and he was the only player that would even look like he may be worth a damn. Marco Hein could be very, very good. Love him physically. I wish he was a little bit stronger. Just made the one appearance for us. We're not going to talk about that, but for the U19s, he scored 35 goals, added 6 assists with an 8.22 rating. I think, given a little time, seasoning, and experience, he could be absolutely fantastic for us. Yeah, he doesn't really have the current ability, and he's slightly inconsistent, but he's got a good personality, a ton of potential, fits well into the dressing room, obviously meets the requirements. He's versatile, like play 2 positions. He's improved a lot in the last couple of months. His development we can look at. As you can see, nice upward trajectory. Dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading, technique. So he's showing good overall improvement in his technical abilities. Massive improvement in his physicals. When he first came through, he had a strength of 2. He's working on that. His decision-making has gone up leaps and bounds. I really am excited for Marco Hein in the future. Mohamed Haidari is another guy that we were kind of talking about maybe bringing in. He is a midfielder. He's kind of fair to middle and everywhere, but great teamwork, good work rate. I think he could do a job. He's only 17. He could still improve quite a bit. Martin Klaric, he's been out on loan. He's coming back. I expect to use him in the coming year. I mean, he's kind of all over. He's behind Florian Ballas as far as a midfielder, which is, none of this makes sense. But he could do a job in our midfield. He's been out on loan in Osijek. He should be coming back. Again, needs to work on the consistency. The fact that he's unambitious kind of stinks, but he has shown a tremendous amount of progress throughout the year. We're not going backwards. Mats Koblenz, 16 years old. Don't know really much about him. He's going to continue to season himself with our youth team, as is Leonard Carell. Has a lot to work on. Is not going to make our team. Javad Mukic, let's just call him Dave. Dave is a 16-year-old Bosnian. Obviously, he just played a match, only made 3 appearances. I think he just came through our most recent youth intake. Vasilis Nikolakis has been around for a little bit, and we may give him an opportunity as well. Ignore where they fit in the squad comparison. I think he's decent physical. Again, his strength kind of sucks. Work rate, good passing and vision, great first touch. Could be an asset moving forward in the midfield. Nurula Shishek just came in our last youth intake. Decent player, could still improve quite a bit. He's a winger, so we'd have to kind of maybe retrain him to find a home for him. Okan Dajli, 16 years old. Not a lot to say about him. Good amount of pace, good agility. His Holy Trinity is not bad for someone of his age. We'll keep our eye on him for the future. Kamil Pietrzak, 18, great in the air, 6'4", just not really good with the role. Technically speaking, he's not fantastic. His tackling isn't great. His marking isn't great. His positioning isn't great. His concentration isn't great. His composure stinks. So maybe he can improve, but I'm not optimistic. SMPL, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, came in through last year's youth intake. The Sri Lankan, I think he's taken a step back with his potential ability. Decent tackler. He's only 5'11", so he would have to play out on the wing. He can't cross, he can't dribble. I don't know if he's got a future here at all. And Stefan Pershuta, I think this is the last one on our list. Couldn't get in the Stuttgarter Kickers. Good first touch. Technique's okay. Great determination. I love it. Good off the ball. Great work rate. Balance, fitness, all fantastic. Can't really get in the air. He's only 5'10". Not sure where we would play him. Ramazan Agun. Did we already talk about him? I don't think we did. 17-year-old Turkish on loan at Gonsenheim. 4 starts, 9 sub appearances. Not a lot to say about him. Again, work rate, concentration, teamwork. So some of the mentals are good. It's kind of a mixed bag everywhere. He does have some pace on him, and he's a decent ball-winning midfielder. Maybe we can do something with him. Alexander Schaefer, 19 years old. I didn't realize we had this many guys in the U18s. Decent physically. His strength is okay. Good for his touch. Can't really finish, but he's got a good amount of techniques off the ball. Is all right. Nice flair. So maybe he could do something with the ball. He does have the potential to be a Zweite Bundesliga standard player, which we cannot say about most of our team. So who knows? Alexander Schaefer may get some playing time. I don't know. Sidar Nergis, 18. He's not great. Good ability, good stamina, just not much of anything else. I think he's done. Jonas Tete, again, had a lot of promise, but he's kind of fallen off a little bit. I don't think he has a lot of a future here. Christian Tiefenbrunner should be able to do a job. Good positioning, good tackling, decent marking, okay pace. He's only 6'1", so he's not that great in the air, but he could potentially have a future. He's 19. He's a center back. He might work out for us. Kai Votland, 18 years old, don't know much about him, and there's a reason why. He just is not very good. And Ben Weyand just came in our last youth intake. 15, he's got a decent amount of potential. We shall see. It looks like he is progressing quite nicely in the brief amount of time that he has been here. He's already seen an increase in vision and jumping reach, and positioning is on its way up, passing, strength on its way up, composure heading up, decision making, marking, anticipation, all on the way up. So he could very well be something. There's more. Tim Volscheid, also in the last youth intake, could improve a ton. Hasn't seen quite the uptick. He made 4 appearances as a center back. Did pick up 1 assist with the U19s. Again, for the future, it's got to get that jumping reach up at 6'2". His heading ability, though, is pretty good. Don't really love the work rate. Composure's okay. The bravery of 18 is fantastic. His marking needs a bit of improvement as well. Are we done? Yes, my friends. We are. Oh, boy. So, we managed 144 matches. 149 of them lost 64. A minus 17 goal difference. Only winning a third of our matches. But it could be worse. Our worst finish was 14th. That was a couple of years ago. We are definitely lower mid-table. We need to improve upon that. Let's just look and see what's been going on around the leagues. Okay. We saw the league table. Wolfsburg, we've already covered this. Kaiserslautern is in the relegation playoff. That is... they're losing to Jan Regensburg right now, 3-1. I'm not sure when the next match of that is. That's not final, but it looks like Jan Regensburg is going to be coming back. Darmstadt is currently holding off FC Cologne, but Cologne is going to be at home. They may be a Bundesliga team. Darmstadt may be back in the league next year. How do we do versus... We were predicted to finish dead last, so we definitely outperformed our season preview. And let's just come... Well, we've already looked at everything else. As far as the Bundesliga, the teams that are coming up, they're coming down. St. Pauli is coming back. Dynamo Dresden's coming back. Darmstadt may be coming back. And who will be joining us from the Dritte Liga, you may ask? That's an excellent question. Bayern's second team were champions. They cannot be promoted, however. So Braunschweig is going to be back. That's good for us. We've always done well against them. Hannover 96 is coming back. And potentially Jan Regensburg, Duisburg, Schweinfurt, Lübeck, and SV Meppen are on their way down. We can't see who's coming up from the regional Liga. Bayern Munich, no surprise, won the DFB Pokal. All right, I've rambled on long enough. We are going to be setting up our team for season number 5, and we are definitely going with the youth. So expect changes not only to the lineup, but to the personnel. We'll be also looking at our coaching staff to see what improvements we can make. See if we can get any better than we have been, although I feel like we've had a decent coaching staff, again, on paper. Who knows, but it is going to be a completely different SV ELVERSBERG for season 5. It's going to be make or break. We're going bold, or we're going home, or we're going bold and we're going home. We're going to find out. See what we've done. Check in. Let me know what you think of the new approach. Am I crazy to just bin off all of the veterans, or as many as I possibly can, and go with a youth movement here? Do we stand a chance? And if we do, tactically, how should we set up? I'd love to know in the comment. If you made it this far, thank you so very much. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you've made it this far, you probably want to subscribe. You just haven't done so. Just click the button down below, and I will catch you back next time as we kick off Season 5 of South by Südwest. Thanks so much for being here. See you later. Bye-bye.